Reaper trotted forward, his canine form tensing as the figure drew near. His nose twitched, catching a scent that didn't match the visual. The body was undeniably Puttzle's, but the energy radiating from it was entirely wrong, fractured and hostile. Stopping a few paces away, Reaper let out a low, cautious growl, his eyes locked onto the approaching skin. He stood his ground on as the lookout.
Slow your roll. Where do you think you're going?
It's me, Legion number 3. Can't you tell?
Stepping closer, Reaper began to circle the figure, his canine nose twitching as he sniffed the air around him, trying to parse the conflicting scents. Finally, he stopped directly in front of the skin, tilting his head up to lock gaze with him. He stared straight into the figure's eyes, searching for any flicker of the real Puttzle, but the look reflecting back at him was entirely hollow, a cold, empty shell driven by something else entirely.
I should have known by that stench. You and your brothers always smell like cigar smoke. He's waiting on you. Hurry.
Deeper in the cavern, shielded by the jagged, alien rock formations of the subterranean chamber, Jivvac stood alongside the rest of the Disembodied. Though the strange, glittering minerals looked like they belonged to a distant galaxy, they were buried deep within the crust of the earth. The Disembodied watched over the digging crew with hard, calculating eyes, their physical presence casting imposing shadows against the rock walls. A heavy, tense silence hung over the group as they tracked every strike of the pickaxes, waiting impatiently for the workers to finally break through to the core compressor.
I believe all is ready, sir. We're just waiting on your lackeys to get here. Hopefully, they succeeded.
Are you always this confident in your brothers?
Please, there is no reason to remind me of our kinship.
Jivvac smirked as Legion 3 stepped into the chamber, offering a dramatic, mockingly low bow to the entity wearing Puttzle's stolen skin.
Always on time. You look quite amazing. An elite guard of Anwar in our midst. We welcome you. You weren't followed, right?
No, my brothers are taking care of them now.
Bursting into the chamber right behind the team, Morph staggered, his boots skidding across the loose gravel. He was breathing heavily, his hand pressed tightly against his side as fresh blood seeped through his fingers, staining his suit. Despite the injury and the exhaustion slowing his pace, he forced himself forward into the cavern, teeth grit against the pain as he joined the rest of his team.
You better hurry. They're on their way, and they just took out Reaper.
Give me his body, Legion. We must begin now.
The core is now exposed. You need to touch it now and release its power.
Behind him, the rest of the Disembodied ignored the arrival of Puttzle and the rest of the ML entirely, their eyes completely locked on the glowing core they had just uncovered. The massive power source had shifted, its surface now completely clear and translucent. It radiated a vibrant, swirling illumination of blue and yellow light that cast sharp, dancing shadows across the cavern walls. But as the light flared, it revealed a chilling detail within. Encased deep inside a thick, swirling, foggy mist at the center of the core, the silhouette of a dark being was clearly visible.
Take them down. I will deal with Jivvac. You're mine. I want my skin back.
I bet you do, but that's not going to happen.
The cavern erupted into total chaos as the team clashed with the remaining members of the Disembodied. Energy flared against the glittering rock walls as everyone unleashed the full force of their unique abilities. Following Passion's old tactical playbook, they channeled the raw elemental force of their power, shouting their flame colors in different languages to anchor their focus. Fuego Azul echoed across the chamber as Tex summoned a blistering defensive shield. Barking out, "Rote Flamme!" was Passion into the din of battle. The Disembodied pressed hard, but the team held the line. A concussive blast tore through the ranks of the enemy, accompanied by a fiercely oracle yelled, "Jeltoye Plamia!" immediately followed by a devastating sweeping arc of energy from the flank as Ivan roared, "Moto Warangi Yamachungwa." While the fierce firefight raged around him, Jivvac ignored the violence, turning his back to the brawl. He stepped directly up to the glowing blue and yellow chamber, his eyes fixated on the dark being trapped within the foggy mist. Find out what will happen on the next episode.